those VODs were reviewed, so that's going to be predicted to an extent. But Ying, that is something that
deny slash, right?
Definitely has been banned, you know, occasionally in some of the regions. Not so much NA yet, but this is going to help shift that a little bit. And nope, the Dokkaebi is not going to be banned. The Jackal is definitely going to be banned. So there's definitely going to be some roam play coming out here either way. So it's Dokkaebi or Jackal are going to be the two roam trackers you're going to be worried about.
Jackal is also a pretty big operator for Fox, for example, on Reciprocity.
Absolutely.
He can do quite a bit of work. Rogue will deny the Maestro, and Reciprocity should be banning the Valkyrie or the Echo. More likely the Valkyrie in this position, just to deny information game.
Yeah.
And there you go. It's as if we know what we're talking about.
As if.
Don't dig too deep into that.
Well, we'll see how that affects the actual match here, though, because there will be, you know, some of the roam tracking off. Like, some of this, in some ways, definitely, you know, hinges on, like, players like Echo, for example, being a big factor potentially in certain situations. The Dokkaebi will be coming out. And I say that, too, because when it comes to roam tracking, Echo is the operator that is immune to Dokkaebi, so therefore, without the Jackal to be able to track that, I mean, most of the time Echo's going to be sitting on a site anyways, but he's going to get 6th pick off of anyways.
Cafeteria Garage, Mira in play makes a lot of sense. Obviously, Legion is going to probably be holding on to the white van and quite possibly the yellow stairs, two positions that are very strong for the operator, but Reciprocity mostly running a defense-oriented kind of lineup. There's no outlier in operators that really allows you to roam more than your base ops, but again, in my mind, any operator can roam. It's just about how you do it, and obviously there's ops that enable that more than others, and Reciprocity actually going for more of an old school style of setup, which is, yeah, you're gonna have a mirror upstairs, you have a second one as well here, Garage, you can watch all the way to the entrance. You're going to have some holes for Mark and his teammates at C4s. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Reciprocity. I believe Laxing is also bringing a stick of Nitro Cell.
Yeah, I can imagine it's going to be Skies and Fox on the roam.
It's got barbed wire.
Interesting setup here.
Oh, this is just in case somebody moves in from... this actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Just in case Slash isn't really able to do too much in the Habana, and this turns into a server push, you still have some sort of flexibility for Reciprocity.
Absolutely. They want to make sure that they can have some kind of sound indication, at least that's coming through from them having to open up the wooden barricade, because they did drop the Thatcher. They 6th picked off of it, so there is a chance they might have a little more trouble opening up the garage door and could have to go for that rotate, but more than likely, they will be able to take Piano or even attack it from above here. Easily, he's going to be able to take Console Office, which he could then use to even, if he wants to, open up the floor and work down there. But that's going to open that up. Oh. And unfortunately, Fox looks like he might have maybe even been going to switch on to his
he was just checking
cams.
His cams.
Yeah.
What? Okay. That's a good start right there.
Well, you don't usually expect someone to just open that angle like that quick. So definitely just a little bit of unfortunate for Fox, but Skies, I imagine, will still be potentially on the roam at some point to try something. You know, he's just going to jump back to site and help defend that.
Makes sense. You kind of, at this point, you don't really have the utility to go with more of a roaming style.
Oh, no, Laxing's going to be on the roam instead.
Solo, but he can easily rotate down, right? He just has the service stairs, too.
I mean, you know you can't bandit trick very well on this site if they get piano control anyway, so...
Yeah, grenade lobbed into the back. No damage will be done to Skies as he falls back. And those batteries downstairs have already been taken out. So Rogue really looking pretty good here. And the Havana Slash should just start to destroy that wall ASAP.
We'll see if they can actually start to turn that into any kind of progress, though, as they're not finding angles on anyone. And I gotta imagine if Laxing had the C4, he'd probably still be playing in Garage, but because he doesn't, he's actually crept his way back up to the top. And going to be able to take Fox's place, essentially. And I got to imagine this is going to sneak down. And you see the hole on the floor there could actually work out in their favor. So you're able to catch them. You see that? Nope. There's the Dokkaebi call coming out.
The call comes in, and what a terrible spot to be in.
I don't think they're in a place to hear it, though.
Well, there's the hatch and a hole next to him, where he was just standing. So they should have been able to hear Laxing in the meantime. Skies will go down to Eclipse. Smokes will get thrown into the back as the second call will come in, delaying Laxing even more. And he'll try to drop, but you see there's already someone holding on to the lobby. Easily takes down Laxing. And it's Mark on his own for the end. That was just unfortunate, I guess, but Mark unable to hit the shots, pulls out the shotgun, and Shuttle will find yet another kill. Believes that was 3K for Shuttle at the end of the round.
Yeah, it was almost a perfect round for Rogue as well, except for the damage on Eclipse. That was it. They hadn't lost a single player.
That was perfectly executed. Yeah.
I mean, that initial kill on the Fox was a huge impact because it forced Laxing to have to kind of slowly roam his way back up. And unfortunately, he got caught off guard. It just, yeah, it was a great start, as you mentioned. They were able to execute it on as well. There just wasn't any attempt. I mean, there was the attempts to try and frag back, but all of them were stopped because those are somewhat predictable in what you're going to be doing if you're trying to attack back up vertically or you're trying to push back against yellow stairs, for example. There's only so many angles you can play it. And if they're willing to pre-fire that on Rogue side, you're more than likely going to win those. And of course, they have the Bucks and things like that to open up the floor, get set up for that, kind of weed out those positions.
That was a 2K there for Shuttle. I'll have to correct myself. Eclipse did get the kill there on the Bucks, so still pretty darn good. Just holding the angle correctly, and it was all that was required by Rogue to win things out. Now Reciprocity will switch things around and go to the top floor now to play, and Mark is going to go for the Echo. So that's your operator pick, and at least Rogue are bringing the Habana. Habana just seeming to be a much more viable and flexible operator pick on this map in general. I don't think, I said it before, but I'll say it again. Unless you 100% know that they're going to play on Garage, there's no real big reason to bring the Thermite on Consulate.
And they're going to be reading into the fact that because Garage was lost there, they're not likely, at least from this team, to play it again right there. They don't necessarily know if it's going to be console or lobby, but I mean, I'm sure they know at this point. Sky's, though, going to be playing a very aggressive defense up there, but this time Lax is going to take over the Legion, and Fox is going to be playing on Pulse, something he does occasionally. They're going to have Retro on that smoke. So between him and Mark, they're just going to try to hold sight as long as they can. But of course, that's going to be pretty predictable for Rogue, so there's going to have to be some unpredictable plays coming out, I think, from Reciprocity to catch someone off guard, or just if Skies can win his gunfights and delay any kind of admin side push for a long period of time. It looks like Eclipse actually going to take control of the middle floor fairly quickly along with his teammates moving in, so this is a nice play, but this looks like a fairly yellow stairs heavy push.
Oh, look at this. Fox and the Jaeger behind him are trying to push in and contest easily in his teammate on the yellow stairs. Now, not sure where the rest of... Oh, okay. This is fairly aggressive, I have to say, from Reciprocity. Skies is right behind him. He peeks out and finds no one by the front door. Shuttle continues to drone his teammates in, giving them information. Easily will just have full control of yellow stairs, completely relegated here by Team Reciprocity. Far into the back as will destroy the shield very easily there. Unfortunately, Eclipse will spot Fox. He's got to be very careful. Claymore is well set there by the Zofia on the yellow stairs to protect from any eventual back rages, if you will, later on in the round. Still, taking it slow here, Rogue. No damage done so far in the round.
I mean, this is not a bad play, though, from Reciprocity to be playing aggressive, but also somewhat flexible here. Skies just needs to time this right. He could get the kill, and this would start to slowly swing things in their way because there would only be a minute left and man advantage. Unfortunately, phone call does come out. And that's Skies. He is going to be cut off guard / can't hear it, but does he know where it's at is the big question.
And that's the big problem by allowing the Dokkaebi to be in play. And whoa, Skies just passes in and finally gets shut down, but not before doing a ton of damage to Slash. And unfortunately, with the limited amount of time, there might not be the potential for a reset, and there won't be. Look at Slash and Shuttle, fairly low on HP. Smoke chucked into the back as Laxing will find the kill on Slash and drop the Habana before much can be done by the solo Harbinger of Rogue. Laxing downstairs. Move up through piano. Grenade being picked up here by Eclipse, chucking it into connector room. Damage done to Retro, but not enough to take him out. Laxing will jump out and try to fight upstairs, and there you go. Vertical already low in health. Will get taken out. Not much time left. Eclipse will find one, but instantly refragged by Mark. Diffuser set, but Fox will take out Shuttle easily now. Solo for the squad. Claymore on the floor as it will get taken down. It'll find Fox. Turns it into a 1v1. Laxing is low on health and is downstairs. Kuman will do the damage, but doesn't know where the last player is. He puts himself inside of the bathroom. More reinforced position, but that's when Laxing will pounce and will clutch the round for Reciprocity. Perfectly played by Laxing. That was just all the information that Reciprocity required. Just, oh man, easily turns around to take down the default cam in the hallway, and that's where Laxing just moves on out. Oh man, that was wonderfully played.
Well, it didn't always work out for the best, but what I really liked about it was that the way that anytime Rogue took map control and moved off, Reciprocity just took it back. They kept taking that middle floor back over and over. You saw Laxing get the 1 kill even. After Skies had already died, Laxing gets a kill and then just immediately rotates back down again. They made sure that any ground they gained was mostly on yellow stairs, and they were not able to really hold a significant portion of the map. They were able to at least get the plant down because, of course, they were able to at least get some pressure on them. But then the run out as well. Nice run out, just getting that kill. Laxing absolutely playing that fantastically as well. And, I mean, while that was a close round and Eclipse had some good plays, he was just in a tough spot. The goo mine, unfortunately, really is what did him in because he had to go into the bathroom, take that goo mine out, and that's where he got pounced on at the very end. It was unfortunate for him that that was placed there because it was, I mean, he was obviously not going to be looking around for it, staring at the ground. He's got to be very focused on making sure he doesn't get caught off guard, and that's exactly why he got caught off guard. So, good back and forth between these two teams, though. That was definitely not as smooth of a round for Rogue as that first round. Again, it was unfortunate that Skies was caught off guard by that phone call. At this point, they almost need a mute just to be able to stand in occasionally to deny the phone call and then move out. Like, if you hear your friend's phone ring,
what if you can just have a mute hallway so nobody can call you?
No, the super highway. The mute super highway. As they call it.
We'll call it.
So close.
All right.
Worth a try.
Yeah, you don't really lose anything in the end of it, right? Well, Eclipse, there you go. He spawns it, fires into it, and there's no one on the other side of the window.
As there should not be at this point.
Very true.
Well, here's the retry of Garage, and again, the only hard breacher, the Habana, which, as you mentioned, is usually better to bring for the flexibility of attack. Laxing, though, as he's moved back, he's not exposed anymore, but he's actually in a nice position to potentially capitalize, and this sneaky as well. Eclipse feeling a little hesitant in terms of a lot of pushing here, but Fox just holding yellow stairs very aggressively.
Yeah, and they're going to double down on the roam aggression that we're doing, Reciprocity that is, and still play on the top floor. And the big difference is, obviously, Fox is not dead, at least not yet. Easily trying to hunt the Fox. I want to say the Wabbit, but it's the Fox at this point. I think fox hunting is kind of banned at this point, right? At least in the UK. Someone will have to correct me. But easily will fall back and put himself on the garage roof windows. And so far, so good for Rogue. Reciprocity as well, taking no damage, which is a stark contrast to what we saw in the very first round.
This is just a little bit slower coming out from Rogue this time. Taking their time. Just they're looking for adjustments as well.
2 mirrors downstairs. It's understandable given the fact that Reciprocity were not really playing anybody inside of the bathroom. So it makes sense that Mark moves his utility and focuses it more on the bottom side.
Interesting positioning as well from the Echo.
If we can go back and like see where the Echo was in that position, you see he's on top. There you go. He has an angle to shoot all the way down, as there's part of the wall that has been taken out to allow him to do so, but also fairly safe. There's not many people will be looking through that, but
by the time you see it, you're probably dead anyways.
Exactly. So Vertical taking a lot of damage early on here. Sky sprays in through the hatch, as one of his remote gas canisters has already been used, but it's not enough to kill him. And look at the time. He's going to get complex here as Fox will find Shuttle, and he still has control of yellow stairs. You have to worry about your flanks so deep into the round. Not a great spot.
And if Laxing can get back to Skies as well, he could heal them back up and put this back into a 5v4 with full health.
Yeah, Laxing actually has already used up his Stim Pistols and picked up Sky's 275% HP, so a pretty good spot for Reciprocity to be in. 22 seconds on the clock. Grenade being picked up, being cooked up here. Back to smoke though. Skies to go down a slash. It just moves on in. They're trying to take down any yokai drones to allow for the plant to happen. I'm not sure if there's already something available. Mark will connect with the C4. Laxing with one. Leads in a 1v4 with Vertical alive. Enough for long. Fox will take him out from above as yet again the late round flanks are perfectly done here by Reciprocity. And that was all that was required by them to pick up a second round on the board. So far, so good.
It was definitely a situation where they didn't overextend themselves that time. They waited for an opportunity towards later in the round when they had the man advantage to, again, like they did previously, retake areas, and doing so, get the flank on them. It was definitely a tough spot to be in because Rogue were looking for opportunities. They spent a lot of time trying to find positions where they could compromise some on Reciprocity, but Reciprocity read into that. They played smart. They said, let's hide in situations where we can make sure they can't catch us off guard.
How cool are the colors? Reciprocity is playing, you know, they're playing defense. It's orange on orange on orange. They say, what is it, like, I don't know some of the slang lingo that is used. That's a lot of orange and white. I like this. It's a very good contrast.
Well, I mean, I thought you'd point out also that Rogue being blue was on attack as well.
Very true.
It's just color coordinating. They're not allowed to switch sides now. It's just against the rules.
Just keep playing like this.
Well, I mean, also the Rogue skin's on Buck, so they need to stay on that side, right?
Let's be honest. That is, in my opinion, the best skin in the entire game.
It's definitely a really good one.
I consistently run either Pro League team or Pro League skins on all my operators. Kind of, you know, disappointed there's no Maestro. Well, there's a Maestro Pro League skin and a Lion Pro League one, which is the most important one, right? But, you know, there's no Elite Maestro yet. But it's nice to have all of these team skins. And I'm highlighting that because if you didn't know, any team skins that you buy, part of that money, 30% of it, if I'm not mistaken, will go back to funding the Invitational and tournaments for the future, potentially. So, if you haven't bought them yet, you can still increase the prize pool of the Invitational just through that. It's already over $1 million.
Keep it going. There's still time.
Just keep it going. There you go. It's great for all the players, that's for sure. Any organizations that will stick as long as possible in Rainbow6 Siege. You know, it's still a business, so gotta keep it moving. So, that aside, advertisements, I guess.
You think they'll forego the smoke this time and bring Retro on the Rook?
Yeah, I mean, they saw the smoke did work, but I'm unsure of why the Rook will be playing this position instead of potentially a Doc. I think would be a much better operator in this situation. Not sure if there's any bulletproof cameras that are brought again for Reciprocity, but no, that's Nitro Cell, and we'll get thrown above, and we'll connect. A shuttle to go down, and yet again the Dokkaebi. The hunter becomes the hunted.
That'll deny the phone calls for sure. I mean, ironic that it is a phone call that detonates that, of course, as well.
Very true. Call this one.
Number's been blocked.
Oh yeah. Why are you like that? It's hilarious. It's hilarious. The dad jokes are definitely on point tonight.
I like that bounce of that drone too. Just like.
All right, vertical. Continuing
Attackers recovered the bomb
as
diffuser.
Rogue technically have control of Projector, but have not moved in to solidify their position. Mark even ballsy peek out there because, you know what, there's no one from Rogue to hold the top side, or the main entrance. Not yet. Skies will scan it and give info for Mark. We'll fall back for just one more sec. Oh no, they're on the drone. This might allow Mark to just move up vertical. Goes for it in the instant that drone is spotted. This might allow the Legion to peek up. No, he's fallen back. No. Oh, finally he spots him. Okay, there you go. This game of cat and mouse. I really like this. Retro still peeking to the back at the Projector as Fox will find the kill on Slash. Still no damage done at all to Reciprocity as Mark will find one more in Eclipse. Easily will walk into the site as Yaku will destroy the default cam. Now, do they know that Easily's coming up? He's right behind you! Again, hello. What's the deal with Echoes today? Skies will get shot down as Diffuser is planted. Mark will run it. How does this suddenly turn in the hands of Rogue? They have a Diffuser set in place. No Nitro Cell, no nothing for Reciprocity. And they'll have to peek long angles into the entrance. Will actually find Easily there, but leaves Laxing low on health. Vertical. 552 in hand, and he should be able to watch this Diffuser. I'm not sure if there's still a drone available there, but time is definitely ticking away, and they can long arm this one. He'll fire into the back, but it'll get taken out. There's only one kill will be found, and Reciprocity will take the round Again, that's the third one on the board, and man, that got way too close for comfort. It was all Reciprocity. Rogue found the entrance. I'm not sure what Skies is doing there. What is the deal with Echoes today? I don't know.
I mean, they are focused on their job, especially when you're in lieu of a smoke and you only had one player with a C4 and you'd already used it. I mean, what is your plant denial at that point? It is the Echo. And so, I mean, it is important, but you are never safe as an Echo.
It's tunnel vision, right?
Well, it's depending on your teammates and trusting them to do their job, and it doesn't always work, but we'll see here. So far, they've been able to win all of their bomb sites, even if they lost Garage the first time around. Can they win Console the second time around? This is the big question here. Skies is actually going to sneak off the Jaeger onto the castle, switch things up a little bit. Now, Rogue, having seen all the bomb sites, should have somewhat of a better idea how things are going to go. In theory, when you're repeating your defense, you're not changing up as much as when you're trying to fix it, if you'd succeeded before. So because of that, Rogue are going to try and read into, okay, well, it's mostly going to be the same base strat. But because Sky's 6th picked off of the Jaeger to the castle, which the Jaeger wasn't as effective for him anyways, he's now going to be able to throw them for a little bit of loop and slow them down potentially longer. Now, they still have at least one soft breach in the Zofia. They also potentially could use some X-Kairos to open up one of those castle barricades if it makes a lot of sense to do so in the case of not having the lifelines or needing to use them elsewhere. But we'll see. There's more soft breaches coming out again.
Honestly, I think Reciprocity watched that Ents game against G2 and they're like, this is nice. And also, we'd like to remind you that Ents probably watched the Secret game that they played on Consulate. And like, all right, as Intero actually mentioned very funnily. It's rare that I get to say that Parker was funny, but in that particular instance, he was very hilarious. And he said, guess that, you know, Ents just called up Secret, and they're like, oh, so you just peek, you get kills? Oh, okay, thank you very much. And that's...
So transactional.
It's Reciprocity, at least what they're trying to do here. Now, they're not finding kills, but you see early on in the round, it does leave Rogue a bit shaky and unsure of where to expect the aggression, or even to expect any of it.
Well, it also denies a lot of their droning. If they're not acting on those drones immediately, Reciprocity are capitalizing on it. They're staying very, very mobile a lot of the time, and I think that's something that benefited Ents a lot as well with the aggression and just the mobility.
Now, Fox should have been spotted there as he was moving around with the cardiac sensor in hand. Now, something you don't know, I know, we kind of repeat these things very often for people that watch every single play day, but not everybody knows this. But the Pulse had his heartbeat sensor up, which meant that Vertical was able to spot it and at least knows that he has to watch out for such an opportunity. For Fox, and you see the whole desk has already been impacted, which allows the defense of Reciprocity to fight the Hibana that will try to destroy the hard wall in the back and push away Retro on the smoke. Shuttle might just be ready for a quick rush in, as this, actually they've completely vacated the site here. Slash will find one on the skies and smokes will get thrown in, but Shuttle is going to go for a plant. There's nobody to stop him, and I say that Fox will at least force him away. Easily will find another kill on a Retro, but two defenders are still downstairs. The Yokai trying to deny Shuttle here from the plant as he's trying to get it, and there you go. Fox finds the angle through the floorboard and takes down Shuttle. Now that diffuser is set in a very awkward position for the attackers to retake. Mark will actually miss on one, but Laxing, beautiful shot easily from the outside. Threaded and find him through the window. As Fox will try to rotate around just below Mark. The diffuser will get set. And the Echo looking down, trying to use the shield to his advantage here, unsure of where his opponents are. In the meantime, Fox will go down a Vertical, and it's Mark left all alone versus 3. Vertical taking a lot of damage, his shots as well exchanged. Mark taking fire from multiple angles, and Slash will take him out. Two Japanese operators will engage, and in that deadly combat and duel, it's the Hibana that'll win it out. Well done by Rogue, and they put a round on the board. Now we head to round 6, the last one of the half, and it seems very back and forth.
It sure does. I mean, in that case, it's I mean, Rogue are pretty consistent about pushing for that plant. They're very good about it. Not always getting the plant down, but even when they lost it, they still managed to recover that and get the plant down in the end, and despite Fox's denial of that as well. But it's the case where part of what Rogue can take advantage of is because Reciprocity are playing very flexible and scattering very often in terms of rotating around the map, playing very fluid and taking map control back. But that also means they're also leaving opportunities for Rogue to get those plants down.
Very true.
And that's working out some of the time. But the retakes, because of that flexibility, because Rogue post-plant don't have any idea where Reciprocity are half the time, they're also not able to deny it. And Reciprocity are also very comfortable jumping outside or fighting outside fights. Again, it doesn't always work out, but it is definitely helping them win some of these rounds that Rogue could otherwise win off of the post-plant. So Rogue need to continue that strategy, but have a much better post-plant hold, or they need to do a better job denying Reciprocity's ability to move around the map. They need to hold better choke points. They need to be able to hold flank watch more stably, or again, just get the plant down like they've been doing and just have a much better post-plant watch and just count on jump outs, count on fights you might lose outside, and just play smart and patient with drones.
As this position where laxing is, we saw Shate using this during...
With the Echo?
Yeah, with the Echo. And it, you know, as Wilkie would say, it was very big cojones that, you know, were required for such plays. And they did work out for ends in their matchup versus G2, but Reciprocity, they're playing that game, but they're not finding anything on the other end, unfortunately. So, Rogue in the meantime, just going around, checking things out. They find a Yokai drone back at the service stairs, which makes a lot of sense. Vertical in the meantime will try to hunt such equipment, and Shuttle will be in support of him. Claymore is going to be set as well, just in case Reciprocity attempt a roam game, and we've seen how many times Reciprocity have been able to pull this off. And well, what is the... Okay, was this... I think Reciprocity were setting up for top floor roam, and they kind of just completely bailed on that. Leaving utility. They
read into the fact that they were keeping it, so they were, I assume, hoping as well to know about it and to be able to rotate up, or at least to be able to defend the yellow stairs. Unfortunately, the skeleton key down on his teammate ran right into it, gets shot right in the feet with the skeleton key. That is an unfortunate situation to be in. And Shuttle, in the meantime, losing half his health, but also some valuable time lost.
Oh, no, he can't! Yeah! That was too close. Slash almost dying there to the Legion of Fox, but you see these are ballsy moves. It's keeping Rogue on their toes.
That's the name of the game with this map now. I gotta imagine Rogue are gonna have to play similarly aggressive on defense.
Yeah, you can't just lay back and hope for your opponents to run into you anymore. That's shifted. I think the EU played the last two EU players actually have kind of shown that very distinctly on Consulate. Now, Shell trying to find an angle on Fox or anybody really downstairs. Retro will set up his Yokai, but it's Fox just get one more, and can he find another one? He sprays to the wall, but caliber-based damage there as Buck is able to find the kill through the wall. Unfortunately, the 5.56 there will have more penetrating power than the 9mm that's in the T5 SMG. Well, one more remote gas canister still available for Skies on the Smoke. In the meantime, the Echo watching from the same position we've been seeing him before. Mark fairly low on health. Laxing will finally get the kill on easily, but he can heal himself up. He should be able to heal himself up. Skies watching at the yellow stairs, but there's nobody in there. He'll get shot from the opposite end as Eclipse will find one. Mark actually getting two, and now it's up to Eclipse, low on health. He'll find one kill. No! Retro turns around and takes him out. The defenders of Reciprocity will put 4 rounds on the board for the defense. Unsurprising, given the fact that they were able to do a similar thing in previous matchups on this map. And you saw there at the end, the Echo looked up into the bathroom hatch, which was still reinforced.
Yep. Unfortunately, we're not able to open that because, I mean, Slash is focused on doing his job outside, opening the garage up. That's what happens when you're doing that. You don't really open up a whole lot else, which is, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. They're going for the plant. Yep. That's their job.
But since they weren't able to clear roamers upstairs, which is odd given the fact that Rogue went for a top-down clear. It just
Defenders, protect your bombs.
It's odd. It didn't really work out at all for for Rogue in that round. I have to say, even though they did the right moves, they made the right moves, the right maneuvers.
Yeah.
Still was not enough as Reciprocity were playing extremely flexible. This is in stark contrast to what we used to see with C9, where they were more rigid. Not the case now with Skies on the team.
Yeah, and I mean, you see Skies, even with 0 kills, the team is still pulling ahead because Laxing and Fox are getting a lot of these kills. And I got to imagine Skies is contributing to those, just not necessarily with the final bullet sort of thing.
10 seconds to insertion.
So we'll see, though. I'm curious how Rogue are going to play it on defense and how we're going to see players like Retro and the Blackbeard, for example, should be predictable on the console office window.
Yeah.
Things like that, along with possibly Skies playing there as well. Skies did 6th pick over to the Capitao, though, from the IQ, because the IQ is something he is somewhat predicted to play, but he also 6th picked off it a lot. And I gotta imagine Rogue have read into that to an extent, and will predict that as definitely being a possibility. But we have seen Retro also be the one to be playing on the window with other operators besides Blackbeard as well. For example, he would play up there with Jackal, or potentially Capitao if needed.
I'm unsure about that Thermite pick.
Yeah. I mean, it's not strictly essential on this at all.
No,
it's certainly not a bad thing to have, though.
Honestly, when it goes to console, I think it's also actually a bad thing.
It depends on whether or not your player can also do his decent job with the gun and things like that as well. Does not always have to be just about the utility.
But if it's about the gun, you can, like,
well, yeah,
5.56 is okay, but you can go for something else. And well, okay, 2 kills on the Jaeger, the second one, the MP5 there. The MP5 SD for the Echo, and they'll get an easy pick on the Blackbeard and the Sledge as well. It's odd because the Blackbeard literally has something to deal with all of that, but you know, you're gonna move up yellow stairs and fight the Jaeger as well. Maybe that's not something that you should be doing. And
yeah, Skies is trying to counter it,
but he should be the one on the skylight above trying to force the defenders, the Jaeger in that case, to move closer to the stairs, whilst it combos with his teammate, the Sledge, moving up.
Usually a grenade throw as well.
Unfortunately, not enough coordination there.
No.
Rogue are definitely at the helm.
Well, this may help Rogue pull back some of the points they had lost on their attacks. As so far, you know, it's a 5v2 and only half health on Shuttle, but that's the only damage they've taken so far. So they're definitely looking good on this. Now it's down to the top floor take actually working out for them. Smokes are coming out a little bit early, but they're also delaying this and allowing the Echo to play a little more flexibly here behind the projector table.
Yeah, and they really do deny a lot of line of sight. Ooh, there you go, easily gets the kill on Mark and spots the diffuser being dropped on the floor. That's always required, and Laxing will get pushed up here by Eclipse, taking him out. Sky's last man alive in the 1v5. He'll get his 5 kills here, and really his first 5 kills in the round is he'll drop Shuttle on the floor, he'll fire in the back, but not able to find a kill, he'll get one more. This guy's setting up for the clutch of his life. 30 seconds left on the clock. As tactical crossbow being used up, flash as well to allow the Capitao to move up. But he's unsure of where the defenders are still. Shotgun available for Rogue, which means Skies will be playing against the clock, and he'll find one more. He'll clean up the one in the back, but is it enough here? 10 seconds in. Easily in vertical. Last 2 alive. He'll push him. There's one right behind the couch. Will he go for him? Yes, but there's still one more alive. Can he go for the ace? Vertical plays in the back, but there's not enough time. And Skies, the 4K, so close to a masterful ace here in the Capitao.
I love how he goes from 0 kills to a 4K, almost ace clutch.
Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I was ready. My tonsils were ready for that one, but it's just, oh man, but it was beautiful. Beautifully done by Skies. That's the game sense. That's the experience being played out. And Rogue had every single advantage. Smart play at the end to just even dive out of the windows. Like, hey, you want it? Come get it.
That's right. I mean, it absolutely could have worked against him had they not had the reinforced wall, for example. He might have been able to spray through that. It is also unfortunate that he didn't know if he downed someone behind the deployable shield, so he wasn't sure that he made the down because you don't have the points displayed for anyone who doesn't know. You don't necessarily know you injured and downed someone, so all he knows is he didn't get the kill.
But you can hear the someone squirming around, so you can kind of guess what's going on. But then in that situation, you're in a 1v5. There's so much information being transferred to you, but also you were overwhelmed by the amount of positions you have to watch.
Yeah, but it's also like 5 people listening to you.
Yeah, which means you have to be very careful. And that's the experience of these top players in the world is what allows them to pick apart the information that's around them in terms of audio or visual sort of info, and then pick out the ones that are more important in the situation.
I like that mute jammer because you cannot hit it from the other side of the long desk easily. So it's just the width of that desk. So far, though, Rogue putting up a pretty good defense against what we saw. I mean, it actually almost did get dismantled, though. We'll see if they can do it as equally well here for the lobby as console. Now, last time, though, Retro got picked off very early. As I say that, Slash the one to get picked off early. This time, that's the Echo down very, very early into the round. And then Sky's following that up, spotting him on the detector and then popping him with pistol. We always talk about spotting the Vigil, but it rarely leads to a kill like that, more often on the Pulse because he's on his cardiac sensor. But nicely done by Sky, stuck on the IQ this time and stuck it right into the face of Easily.
There's 2 huge kills here for Reciprocity, and now you lose the roam of Easily, and you also lose the angle play of Slash on the Echo. Suddenly you're not in a great spot. This is the complete reversal of what happened in the previous round. Grenade even falling down. I don't think the grenade was the thing that did the damage there on the Brook, but still, Shuttle low on HP. He'll have to fall back, and Retro with only 1 bullet can take him out pretty easily. I believe he's running the Mark 17. There you go. A lot of people go back and forth between the Mark 17 and the SR-25. In my opinion, and from talking to Renshiro, who actually plays quite a bit of the operator, when you're just going to hold angles, the SR-25 might just be a better pick because, yeah, quote-unquote, it got nerfed, but it's still pretty darn good.
Yeah, really depends on preference of what you can execute the kills on, or at least suppress people. Keep them in positions for your teammates to get out of the positions you want them to be. Despite those 2 initial kills, though, things have really slowed down as Rogue now playing very passive and not wanting to give anything out. Shuttle has taken a lot of damage, but he's also, again, not giving anything away. He's just looking for opportunities to at least try and even the man count out. And same with Eclipse. They're just, neither team is giving at this point, but looks like Fox actually taking some map control anyways.
Now, Vertical is still upstairs, and you mentioned it, Fox is in, and oh, unfortunate, he spots the hand of Vertical there, but not fast enough to get the kill. Now, is there a soft wall to play in? Yes, there's 2, actually, for Fox to try and use. The Rook is not spotted yet, and you saw that down there. Eclipse has been taken out, and oh, Vertical, as he dives vertically, gets shot, and Mark, beautiful turnaround.
Mid-swing.
Mid-swing, there you go. That's some reverse skeet shooting there.
Yeah.
He was even reloading for a full empty magazine. That's just, he's styling on Rogue.
That's the play right there for the final kill. So you get the kill cam of it.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Well, definitely a much, much better round.
Damn.
Those early 2 kills definitely paying off. I mean, Fox definitely almost walked into a situation where he got caught off guard, but no, he actually forced a rotate that ended up to a kill as well. So, well played. It seems that, so I mean, one of the things that was working out really well for Reciprocity was that flexibility, that ability to move around the map very swiftly. As soon as Reciprocity was able to shut that down on Rogue with those early 2 kills, Rogue playing passive did not work, and this is just proving to be the theme. You cannot play very static on this map.
And my question to you, do you think that's because Rogue don't have enough information from Valkyrie cameras, for example, to play against Reciprocity's quick maneuvering?
I mean, they're also denying with things like mute jammers as well to an extent. But at the same time, yeah, it's not quite the same, and it's kind of down to sometimes players from Rogue having to play off game sense and sound, sneaking around, trying to do what they can, kind of crouch walking around the map, which is what they were doing. They were trying to play it very calm and slow. But at the same time, the defenders have drones to move around. They have abilities to catch you out on that, but they also have some idea where you're going to be playing. Unless you're playing fast and loose with the man count they started the round with, you're not going to be able to get away with that the way Reciprocity were. Now, of course, that is on Reciprocity to get that suppression on them, and some of that was due to the, not just the first kill on the Echo, which was, you know, that helps a little bit because it denies, obviously, the mobile cameras that come out of the yokai drones, but it's really the kill that they got onto the Vigil that really stopped that, because he was going to be the one to be able to free float around the map and not be droned out. Because they caught him off guard with the scanner of IQ. Guess what? He can't go anywhere now, because he's dead. Retro is going to be trying to play this window, but these drones are just getting denied by Shuttle. And that's 2 now. He does get caught, but at the same time, this is going to be a bit of battle of the heavyweights here.
shuttle, the thick boy, on the defense here. We'll have to deal with Retro again.
Blackbeard's something he plays well.
Yeah, he plays a ton of Blackbeard. You know, it's not unlikely to see him do a decent chunk of work here, but what at least Retro is able to do is, if he's not getting a kill, he's at least pinning down his opponents, where it'll allow the rest of the squad of Reciprocity to move up. And that's exactly what Fox is going to do. Having taken control of admin, he'll walk in. They still need info on the 2 players that are playing, one in Projector, the second in the bathroom, for Fox to actually be able to fully capitalize on this, but he'll fall back. And Skies is now on the Ash, so now they'll try to play from the yellow stairs position. It's Eclipse and Shuttle together. Now Eclipse is lower on health, so the Doc can easily pick him back up. I'm not sure if he's actually going to do that, though.
Yeah, 2 players on attack have taken some damage, and Shuttle actually is probably going to need to use those stim pistols himself. Retro, in the meantime, takes a bit of damage in return, though. So Reciprocity is slowly getting chipped away at both in health and time. So Rogue playing static this time actually kind of working to an extent because they're able to hold the top floor.
And why? Because they're supporting one another. Look at that. 4 players are in here for Rogue as they try to hold on to this, and Vertical actually finds it. Skies to go down. This is a defense downstairs, and it's just the whole defense is set up on the top. What is going on here for Rogue? They're just completely turning this map on its head.
They could probably get a plant.
Yeah, they could just run in. They'll have to worry about the mirror in the back, and they'll also have to worry now with the rotation from the Muta Vertical, but there's no yokai to stop this. C-Force potentially can get tossed in, but the EMPs can clear them out. And there you go. It's just an easy plant. And now Retro, all he's got to do is watch that diffuser. They all dive in as Lexing will find one. Mark with the second on it easily. Shuttle taken out, and Vertical. Last metalized. He finds Fox, but impactless kill potentially is Laxing. Will take him out from the outside, finding the angle from the garden, and that's all she wrote for Rogue in the round. That was masterfully done again from Reciprocity. They spend so much time to clear the top floor when they realized, oh, dudes, they have like 4 players upstairs.
Yeah,
Let's just go.
They're gonna have to fling themselves out of windows to win this.
Yeah, it's guys fairly used to that. If you remember the USN broadcast, they literally all threw themselves at Skies as he's trying to defend the plant.
Well, I'm sure as he would have said at that point, sky's the limit.
I think Parker was casting that.
Yeah, well, I hope he said that then. Either way, though, this puts it a match point. So Rogue already in a tough spot on the scoreboard, and Reciprocity in a good spot. This just helps cement them further up there. And we were already talking about how topsy-turvy EU has been. NA also looking a little bit shaken up in terms of the Titans outside of Evil Geniuses. Look at that, Laxing and Fox doing a good job, but Mark, who is playing things like Thermite, still fragging out up there at 8. Skies also picked up the 4K in one round and 1 in another round. Retro only at 1 is definitely an example of not getting kills because he is holding angles the way he's supposed to be doing.
Yep.
And you can tell that by the ops he's playing and, well, us spectating him as well. He is doing that to support his teammates to make sure that they can play the parts that they need to be playing. But at the same time, like, their top floor takes on Reciprocity are somewhat predictable. It's just that Rogue don't seem to have a great counter to them outside of that first round. We'll see if they can repeat the same thing again. They can hold themselves in for another round. But guess what? They've got to get 3 rounds in a row just to tie this at this point. Already guaranteed 1 point for a team that's tied for second place right now in Reciprocity. So that pretty good position to be in for them. And they're definitely playing this. This is their map that they've shown earlier in the season, and they will be 2 for 2 potentially on this. And at the point where you just don't take them to console.
All right, Retro again in the same position as we saw before, and it's hit or miss, but I guess they never miss. That's what the new kids say. Match point is really going to hammer things in for Rogue. Now, you mentioned that that's already a problem for them. To highlight the points, it's you got 3 points on the board, right?
Yeah.
You tie here, you only get 4.
Ooh.
Okay,
this is not going well at all already.
Yeah, this is huge. Easily we'll find one more on a Fox, but that takes more damage. He moves up. He's playing the smoke there, and No gas canisters have been used. Skies will drone him out. He'll have information. Mark as well will confirm that. And so he'll have to use the... Oh, no, he's stuck in the fire and through the fire in flames.
There we go. It worked that time.
He gets flambéed.
Yep.
Flambé.
And this is the dangerous thing because you don't want to push him with the shotgun there.
That's a real problem there. Round number 9, and it's looking like a Reciprocity victory. A lot of work to be done by Rogue. At least the 2 remaining players definitely have clutch potential, and there you go. Skies will get shot down. Nitro Cell is still available for the Pulse. Not sure if there's any yokai still available for Slash. I don't know if they were taken out. There is a distinct lack of IQ, at least the operator itself, for both teams when they played on the attack.
Yeah, good thing you clarified that.
Yeah, just in case people were like, oh, why is he so toxic? Oh, no!
The missed headshot. That could have been the round changer right there.
Retro takes one.
One.
Yeah, Slash is ready for the second one. Unfortunately, the Bearing 9, too difficult here to control. And Eclipse trying to use the cardiac sensor to his advantage. But look at the amount of time on the board here. There's so much. The diffuser, they can literally ferry this diffuser in and around the map the whole time. And Eclipse, in the meantime, will find the angle, and it's a pretty standard one. Oh no, Mark just runs away at the last second. The perfect bait from the Shark. And this has to be a plan here. Eclipse will move in, but they know where he is. And they're going to go for the plant behind the desk. Information being relayed through the pings. And Retro will find the kill. Eclipse to go down, and Reciprocity. Man, beautiful victory there at the end. Retro doing the work on the Blackbeard, and that was all they needed. Rogue struggling early on in the season. And, well, this is a telltale. Reciprocity having Skies on the squad is all they needed to go so far.
This has definitely been their map. This is one where you're going to be wanting to ban it for the rest of the season, or at least the rest of this half.
Look at that. 13 on the board for Laxing.
Yeah. It's definitely been a good one for them. I mean, it took Skies a little while to warm up, and he still necessarily didn't get a ton of kills, but he was absolutely doing his job a lot of the time when he was living long enough to do it. And then Retro, even with the final kill there at the very end, overall, very nicely played. It just felt like they were absolutely in control of the map most of the time. Even when Rogue stacked the 4 people upstairs, that just turned into an opportunity instead of Reciprocity rather than a problem. As soon as they realized it, just took time to realize
exactly what they needed to do.
They're like, okay,
I guess
just go downstairs then.
And that's why putting too many players in the roam playing, yeah, sure, you need support. You need at least 2 people.
If you're just above the bomb site, fine. But when you're 2 floors up,
they had already wasted so much time.
Yeah.
That at that point, just having 2 players upstairs would have been more than enough. And then the 3rd player could just have rotated out from the service stairs because there was nobody there. But what Rogue did is even commit more players to it, where it just opened up the site. And by the time they had players back, the Mira and the Smoke, I believe, in that position, it was already too late.
Whereas it's the opposite for Reciprocity's defense. Any hole that Rogue left behind, any area that they didn't completely hold, Reciprocity just retook.
Yeah.
And that was absolutely the map control, whereas we saw a lot more static play coming out from Rogue, and ultimately didn't work out for them, despite some of those rounds looking pretty decent from them. But as soon as Reciprocity realized it was static, they either executed on those positions, or they just forego taking that position and said, you know what, you might retake it anyways, we'll just move on.
All right, our interview is ready, so let's have a quick chat with Fox. Bonsoir, Fox, how are you?
Hey Milosh, I'm good, how are you?
I miss you, buddy. It's been a while.
It has been, yeah.
We'll see you soon in Montreal, that's for sure. Yeah, we'll see it out. Sky's in the back, pretty happy. There's a lot of work that's been done, and the Shark as well. It's very nice to see all of you pretty happy, right? That's real. You guys have been putting up a decent chunk of victories on the board. You got 10 points so far. We'll take a look at some of the things that have been going on in this matchup. There, I don't know if Skies can hear me. I think he has his AirPods on, which means he cannot hear anyone, right? Can't hear you over the sound of being rich. Anyway.
My bad. So what was the question?
So take a look at a few things here. Now, you know, you got caught in that very first round as you're playing the Legion on the top floor. Unfortunate for you, but you guys were still able to win rounds that you should have not taken. I want to mention one specifically where you started off on garage defense. You were playing on the top floor, you got instantly shot down, and the round kind of got very difficult for you. Rogue ended up taking it. You adapt to it by running Mira downstairs, both Mira windows, instead of having one in the bathroom and one in the office downstairs, also having the echo and reinforcing the bathroom hatch, which definitely surprised Rogue. How is this adaptation going throughout the rounds? Because the instant you guys were roaming and you got pushed by Rogue, you fell back, and then you retook that same position later on the round when you saw the opening.
I don't know. I mean, I think like if something didn't work, why do it again, right? So I don't know. We're just adapting on the fly. I don't know. We kind of knew it was our game, especially after Skies like almost got that 1v5 ace, and they let him. Like at that point, like we knew like they were kind of not really playing their game. So at that point, we just I don't know played our game, and if something didn't work, we just switch it.
Now,
simple.
How are things going on? Where in round number 8, you guys were attacking. It was attack on Garage, and you saw that Rogue were putting a lot of manpower on the top floor. There were initially 2 and then 3 players upstairs, and then it turned into 4. You changed around and attacked the bottom floor directly because you saw they had the opportunity. Why do you think Rogue dedicated so much manpower on the top, and how easy was it to execute with little manpower left to defend the Garage itself?
I don't know. I mean, I think they were expecting us to do like an aggressive upstairs take where we'd get piano or whatever. But once we saw that, yeah, I mean, just going straight to site is like there's the path of least resistant. So at that point, we just kind of went there and decided to plan, and we just held their rotates, and looks like it worked out pretty well for us. But yeah,
it very much did. I'm very impressed. You guys now sit atop on the board. Potentially maybe tying again tonight with one more matchup to go for Dark Zero. They might be getting the same amount of points in the end of the day, but so far so good for the squad. It definitely looks like Skies has integrated very well with the team. How is the communication and everything going? Because we obviously saw him on the camera there, but like how is everything going with the whole team now being reformed?
Yeah, no, I mean I think we all have a lot of fun and it's enjoyable, and I think it was a really good call to move Mark onto support. He's been doing really good on support. And he's like, sorry, he's looking at me. But yeah, he's been doing really good, and he gets his kills. So the rest of us, I don't know, we just kind of, everyone gets along really well. Everyone has fun. Me and Gabe are actually sick this week, so we were hoping that we would be able to, be able to play properly. So I don't know, it's good to see everything come together like we know it can.
All right, well, we'll get to see how that goes. Again, tomorrow you're playing against Orglis. So there's always that 24/7 grind, I guess. So,
of course.
Again, Fox, congratulations. Would you like to say anything to the fans who are watching the game?
Thank you guys for supporting us. We'll see you guys at Invitational. Yeah, I don't know. Look out for us tomorrow.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm waiting for you to say, yes, I'm also going to pay for Milos's Korean barbecue once we go to Montreal, but it's okay. I'll assume you just said it. Anyways, thank you very much, Fox. Congratulations again on your victory against Rogue. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Really held his feet to the fire on the last one, asking the tough questions. It's journalism for you.
Honestly, this was as clear-cut as could have been. I am genuinely surprised, not by how Reciprocity played, but how poorly Rogue were able to adapt to them. They seemed extremely rigid. Yeah. Unlike what they usually are.
They had some plays. They had some plays towards the end of some of those rounds, especially when they did feel like they were playing their game, or at least they were in that kind of clutch zone.
True.
But like Fox said, once they kind of got that almost ace clutch,
it's just all down.
Yeah, it's playing your game. And we hear that from a lot of different people and a lot of different teams. It's all about playing your game and making your opponent play your game. And that was definitely a case of where we saw that. Consulate was definitely Reciprocity's game.
Very true. Well, that is game number 2 for the night. We still have 2 more to go. Coming right up, Space Station versus Orglis. We'll be right back.